When it comes to deck boxes for Magic the Gathering, there's a surprising diversity of choice. Many different companies make many different kinds of deck box, but by far the largest producer of these is Ultra Pro. I'd like to examine only Ultra Pro deck boxes today. With such a wide variety, some are better than others, sometimes by a lot. There's a few really impressive deck boxes that Ultra Pro makes, and one really bad one. Let's take a look. This is the standard deck box by Ultra Pro. You know this box already. You own this box already. It holds one deck of sleeved cards with sideboard. It's a tight fit, and there's not a lot of room for extra cards such as tokens. Average retail price is about $3 to $4. These are side-loading Ultra Pro deck boxes. On average, they cost about the same as the top-loading boxes, sometimes a little more depending on your store, but they hold more, and it is a little easier to access your cards. These side loaders hold about 85 sleeved cards, which means you can put in your deck and sideboard as well as tokens. People who double sleeve can fit the standard deck plus sideboard, something you can't do with the top loaders. These are sealed with Velcro, and on rare occasions the glue holding it disintegrates, leaving you with a broken box. This is rare, however. People usually enjoy buying artwork that reflects their interests, but I would like to point out that the art easily scratches off and fades away. These boxes are still fine for holding cards, but as you can see, the exterior now looks more beat up than it really is because the artwork has faded or been scratched off. Maybe this doesn't bother you, and maybe this hasn't happened to your specific boxes, but it is something that happens to most of the boxes, and I'm just not a fan of the eventual damaged look that it gives my deck boxes. Solid colors offered by Ultra Pro don't scratch or fade, so I usually prefer those. Also, the top-loading boxes have a tendency to get stretched out if you pack them too tight. This image isn't the best, but the deck box on the left is more bulbous than its newer counterpart on the right. This was the result of me packing it too tight with cards. Again, it still works fine, in that it is just a box, but be advised this can happen. So why bother with anything else? A box is a box is a box, right? This is the Pro Dual deck box, and I cannot recommend it enough. The large size holds 180 cards, which is more than enough room for 2 sleeved decks plus sideboard plus token plus a little breathing room. Double-sleeved decks fit with sideboard and token as well. And again, it holds 2 decks. The best part is the price, which is often only $1 or $2 more than the standard Ultra Pro top loader. So I always say to myself when I'm about to buy a top loader that for just a few dollars more, oftentimes only $1 or $2 more, depending on your store, I can get a Pro Dual instead. You know what else is great about these? If you only put one deck inside, then the second compartment can be used to store dice, tokens, and other such things. The dice and tokens will not be displaced if the box is shaken or turned about in your backpack. They get held securely in the compartment, and I just love having such easy access to them during a tournament. Now, here's something Ultra Pro does that can be a little confusing and also a little frustrating. They offer a slightly smaller Pro Dual deck that only holds 120 cards. I do not like this smaller version. First of all, your store probably sells it for about the same price, so you're not saving any money. And second, 120 card capacity means I can't fit a standard deck with sideboard in each compartment. Let's talk artwork and colors. As of now, these only come in basic colors like red and blue, green, etc. They printed a special City of Brass one in limited numbers to celebrate Modern Masters, but there's no other artwork options available, at least not yet. While this may soon change, I don't mind it much. Artwork, as we saw, fades and scratches off easily. Put your planeswalkers in your deck, not on it. What about a premium deck box? Well, you might be pointed in the direction of the Ultra Pro Mana Flip Box. This is an expensive item, often costing over $15 for a single box. I'm not a fan of the design, but maybe you like the way it looks. Even if the design appeals to you and the price doesn't bother you, there's a critical error with this box, and that's the latch, the magnetic latch. A magnetic latch is a bad idea because just a little shake and your cards go flying. I'd hate for my deck to end up on my floor or all over the inside of my backpack or trunk, or man, imagine if it popped open while you were walking down the street and went flying all over the pavement. Also, I find getting my deck into and out of these to be very difficult and awkward. It isn't real leather, it's faux leather, and it only holds 100 cards. I understand wanting a fancy-looking deck box, possibly for something special like your pimped-out EDH deck, but this isn't what I'd get. I'll show you what deluxe Ultra Pro box I'd get in just a moment, but first, let's take a quick look at a great budget alternative for EDH players. This is the Ultra Pro Pro Deck box. And if you think having one line of boxes called Pro Dual boxes and another called Pro Deck boxes is confusing, well, you're not alone. But this is a great box for EDH players. It holds well over 100 cards, which means you can put your sleeved EDH deck in here and still have room for tons, and I do mean tons, of tokens and other such additional cards. This box will hold a double-sleeved EDH deck. No Velcro to come loose, and it isn't going to open on accident. Best of all, it costs about $5. Now, watch out, there's an older, slightly smaller version that holds exactly 100 cards. I don't think there's too many of these floating around anymore. Ultra Pro seems to have favored the 100+ model, but do be aware they originally made these smaller. The smaller still holds an EDH deck, but not much else. Again, these both only come in basic colors. Alright, so what do I recommend for the player who wants a deluxe box? This. The Ultra Pro Satin Tower. I love this thing. Hard exterior that separates into 3 smaller sections. The bottom holds a handful of dice and counters, which is awesome. The top doubles as a separate compartment for your sideboard or other things. Best of all, it holds over 100 cards, meaning you can put a double-sleeved EDH deck inside. How much does it cost? $10 on average. I've seen it for a little less and a little more, but basically, the Satin Tower costs you $10. I love this thing. The price is right, the compartments are fabulous, the hard shell looks nice, feels great, it's not going to open accidentally, it'll hold a double-sleeved EDH deck. It's just a fabulous deluxe box. I cannot recommend it enough. Once again, Ultra Pro does like to confuse its customers, so they also offer a deluxe tower that looks nothing like this one and does not function like it at all. If you want this tower, you're looking for the Satin Tower by Ultra Pro. Once again, Ultra Pro only offers these in basic colors, no illustrations, no planeswalkers. You're getting red, white, blue, green, black. I cannot recommend the Satin Tower enough for a deluxe deck box. The price is right, the quality is amazing. There's still dozens of different deck boxes out there. There's not enough time to review them all, but I'm happy to try. Out of the Ultra Pro lineup that we looked at today, I'm a big fan of both the Pro Dual deck box and the Ultra Pro Satin Tower. I dislike strongly the Ultra Pro Mana Flip Box with the fake leather, the high price, and the terrible magnetic seal. Top loaders, side loaders are fine. A side loader for me is preferable to the top loader because it holds a few more cards. But considering the fabulous Pro Dual deck box is often just $1 or $2 more, and honestly, I have seen them at about the same price, I just don't see why I would buy a top loader when I could get the Pro Duel instead. I hope you have found this review helpful. If you'd like to see future reviews and videos, make sure you subscribe. And remember, support your local games store. Be sure to buy your cards and supplies from them whenever possible.